our first strawberry right. Well, hello there, good people. Hi, Jason from Green Country Agroforestry here. Well, as you can see from a quick casual glance over the strawberry patch there, we have no strawberries on our strawberry plants at the moment, but we have an abundance of runners, which means the strawberry has gone from trying to reproduce sexually with flowering and producing fruit and seeds. I picked all of those berries and we ate them and they were delicious. So now it's moving on to its second strategy for reproduction, which is sending out runners and making clones of itself. And that's what we really want to do at the moment, because these are good tasting strawberries. And the ones that are produced from seed, more often than not, aren't good tasting strawberries. But this one is Albion Ever-Bearing Strawberry, and they've been a good producer for us so far. So we're going to go ahead and capture some of those little runners and make some more strawberries. All right, so before embarking upon a project so ambitious as to make a whole bunch of new shade perennials, ground covers, I need to do some work over here in my area where we're already developing violets and broadleaf plantain. It's not too congested now, but there's a limited amount of space underneath this maple tree. So for starters, we're going to remove this clothesline tree that's right here. Now Mary has something else that she can dry clothes on, and the other half of this clothesline tree is, well, long gone. So the only thing this is a post standing in the middle of a place that we could maybe organize some of these planting areas a little bit better if this post wasn't here. So I'm going to go ahead and remove that. Oh my! Urgh. These are getting heavy. Even so, I think we're about due for a little extra moisture in this one. I'm just going to hope that our standard Mark 1 Mod 1 gardener's shovel issued by Gnome Supply will be sufficient for this task. Well, as you can see, I got a certain distance down there, and I realize I'm most likely going to need a sledgehammer to break that up. But you can probably hear from the sound, and maybe infer from the sky there, that we're going to have some thunderstorm activity here in just a minute. So I'm going to withdraw for a bit and also see if I can find my sledgehammer. Oh. So if you guys have been following along for a while, you may be familiar with these little things here. This is an interesting little idea I came up with a while back when I was contemplating how I was going to go about cycling different crops in rapid succession if I was going to want to fit a lot of stuff in time inside of our growing season. We have a relatively long growing season, but it's finicky. Yeah, there are some things I'd like to grow that are just a little bit longer than would allow me to direct sow, and there are some things that fall into this category that don't really like to be transplanted. All different kinds of things. But if you've got a plant that doesn't like to be transplanted, one way that you could go about early starting it without shock, aside from soil loss, of course, right, is this little idea that I came up with just a piece of 2-inch PVC pipe cut off at about 2 inches or so, somewhere in that vicinity. And these can be set out neat as you please in a tray filled with soil. You plant your seeds in here and then you water your tray. That keeps these irrigated until your seedlings are ready to transplant. Whenever they're ready to transplant, you can push them straight out the bottom and no shock. But I've run out of these things and it's time to make some more. So I've got some PVC pipe here and just using an existing okay, so I got some PVC pipe and we used this piece that I originally cut off with a hacksaw as a guide to measure about how big we want to cut these out. But I figure using a little tool like this pipe cutter has got to be easier than cranking away with a hacksaw. I mean, come on, that was pretty easy. You gotta admit, that was easy. All right, there we go. So now I've got a piece with nice smooth edges. That's cool. I like smooth edges. And I'm just going to use that as my template, my guide, whenever I go ahead and cut a new piece with a pipe cutter, which probably shouldn't hold at that angle. Let's turn them around here. I'm going to work on my grip strength on my left hand today. This is part of my regular exercise regimen, doing physical labor, picking up rocks. Sorry about the squeaking noise. Picking up rocks, cutting perfect little sections of PVC pipe. All right, have a good look at this fellow. That is the end of a strawberry runner. The plant is way back there. I mean, it's a long ways. And there's the runner. Now, this part right here, the bottom part, I can turn it so that you can see it without me breaking the darn thing. This part right here, if it's buried in the soil, this is what it wants to try to do, is get itself buried, will be able to produce roots and form a new plant. All right, so I've got a really good candidate with this strawberry plant here. I think I actually want, I'm going to pull out this rather annoying wild carrot here. All right. I think I want it to grow right here actually. So I'm going to let this one grow right where it's at. And we'll just put that down, drop a little soil around it. It will root just fine where it's at. This one here, it's going to be a little bit closer to the parent plant. I think I'm going to try to capture this one. And for that purpose, clear off the ground and set this down. Actually, I'm going to take a little bit of that nice material, put that up in my hand. We're going to put our, you see okay? I'm going to put the pup right there, like so. And now, whenever we water that in, should be able to capture this little baby here. If you look at the bottom right there where my thumb is, right there where my thumbnail is, you can see little tiny rootlets already forming. So we're just going to put those right down there and try to orient them more or less straight up, guy. There we go. Right there. Push that down a bit, firm it up, and we will make the roots establish here, whereas here the roots are being established in the soil. So here we got a plant being spread from the parent plant back over here, and then these two, this one here and this one here, we're capturing the pups that are coming off. See, here we have another pup, we have another pup, there's a bunch more over here, so don't worry, we've got plenty more to dispense with. Let's get this one situated. Situated, that's the new word for the day, guys. After a short amount of time, the strawberries have gone from producing runners and they resume producing fruit. Now we got a nice juicy strawberry here that's almost ripe. We'll give it another day. So this time period, whenever the strawberries have stopped making flowers and started producing runners, is a great time to add fertilizer, so naturally we did. And well, now that we're past that time, the strawberry plants are making flowers again and fruit, as you just saw, and we're fairly certain that the runners have now rooted themselves and are ready to be harvested and moved. Okay. Now these guys are hidden in here because, well, you can tell there's been a lot of growth since we came through here last, and not all of it's strawberries. There's some weeds in here that have grown up too. So we're going to be working our way through here and trying to find, aha, there we go. There is a rooted strawberry. Let's go ahead and grab him. Oh, and if you notice, those roots are already down into the soil pretty good. We're going to go ahead and snip him off. There we go. We've got our strawberry. Root system intact. Not root bound. Ready to go. All right, so here we go. We have a strawberry plant. We're going to try to put it in here. All I got to do is just either push up or down, either way. And we can extract the plant roots and all, and move it to wherever I want a fresh strawberry plant at. This looks like a good spot, so there you go. Now this one's got a few extra runners, and it's easy to do. Same way, just push down here. Plant comes free, roots and all. Transplant. Well, all right, good people, that's all I've got for you today. As always, I hope you found the video informative or entertaining. If you did, you know what to do. I'll catch you next time. Until then, get out there, get growing.